Podcast. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again. Amsterdam Talk. I done lost what episode counter. This is the season 3. I'll figure it out later when I, when I look at it tonight. But tonight we got current events and celebrity newswire with Miss K and Miss Ash from the Slick Reads podcast. How y'all doing today, ladies?
Hey, how you
Good. How
doing?
are you?
I'm doing well. I'm glad you could join us tonight. So before we get started, like tell us about yourself and like, tell us about yourself and then tell us about the podcast.
Okay.
Well, I am Kayla, and pretty much we created this podcast because we felt like we need some more truth readers out here, people that get, to the topic, not afraid to state your own opinion and, just be honest, your own honest opinion, not really caring what other people think. So we're just quickly reading, you know, we're a couple of women in our 30s just having a good time, with our podcast.
Exactly. I'm Ashley, and she pretty much just summed it all up. Like, we're slickly reading any current event, any topic, doesn't matter. We're going to go and give you guys our raw opinion, period, every single time.
Exactly.
Okay, so you'll give y'all raw opinion. Don't mind me. I'm looking down trying to actually send this thing out so people can tune in.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But we will jump right into this. So this is like celebrity news and current events. And before viewers, before we started, we was actually in the back. We were talking about Mr. Irvin Lorenzo, aka aka Irv Gotti, and the situation that happened 2 weeks ago. So basically, to sum it up, he went on Drink Champs with, for those who are not familiar with Drink Champs, with Noriega, and he was speaking on Ashanti. Some things that happened 20 years ago. So basically, to sum it up, he was in bed with his wife, and he was watching TV with his wife. Keyword, with his wife, and he got upset because he saw Ashanti with Nelly, and he just went off on a tangent about his side chick messing with Nelly. And keyword, he was in bed with his wife.
With his wife?
Yes, he was in bed
Well,
with his wife.
is she still his wife today?
At that time, he was married.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not married now, but according to him, he said she was not the reason why they got a divorce. It was 3 other women why he got a divorce. But as he stated that he's kind of still upset about this Ashanti situation, at that time.
That's that possessiveness. Like, you are married, you have other things going on in your life. Like, why are you concerned about this woman dating Nelly when you're in the bed with your wife?
And then at 2022 at that, and this went on, what, a decade ago, some change?
A long time. It barely even spoke on.
Yeah.
This happened in 2002.
It's definitely not relevant at all.
Not in 2022. Like, what is that, 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Wow, he's really in love.
It just shows that men are also very much emotional as they
women
claim that women are.
They just do it.
That's all
behind
that
closed
showed
doors. They just hide it a little better.
I mean, well, at the time he stated he was 32, she was 20, because now she's like 41 now, 42 now, something like that. And he's 50 something, and
Right.
he's still bringing it up.
Mm-hmm.
So
He must have been the one that got away.
I feel like, when watching the interview, I felt like it was corny for you to even bring it up. We're here to talk about the murder, if we're here to talk about the murder and BET documentary, let's talk about that. We don't have to go into no personal needs, calling out of a name and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And as Noriega said, I think you still in your feelings, bro, that you ain't let that go yet. So
Let it go. Mm-hmm. Men sometimes be more in love with the side than the one that they even walked down and made a vow with.
Exactly. Like, you had a whole wife, but 20 years later, you still worried about Ashanti. 3 women, probably 20, 50, hundreds of women later, and you still worried about her.
Yeah.
So, that's crazy.
That was weird. It made me
get some
laugh when I watched it. I watched that interview with Noriega on Drink Champs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
See, and that's why more men need to get themselves into therapy.
They do.
It's a good thing. It's a good
Absolutely.
thing.
So Oh yeah, yeah. You sound like another love
You're
TKO.
the Black Marvel.
I know. So you better let it
So,
go. Exactly.
so you would think that would have to be therapeutic. I mean, that would have to have him seeking some type of counseling because of that.
He need 20 years
Absolutely.
later? That sounds like a mental issue.
It sounds like he's still in love with Ashanti.
Something
And he was jealous of Nelly because Nelly was very much in his prime back then as well. Like, let's talk about it. So
it's something he needs to sit down with and really have a long, deep conversation with someone.
He has not moved on.
Yeah,
what that gave.
Not even trying to be funny.
No, I understand that. So you mean to tell me like you've never had somebody come out of the woodwork like 10 years ago and just say, Ash K, I miss you. I need to see you.
Of course. People do it all the time, but not to the level of where you about to go around and dog me out.
And then publicly.
Yeah, talk crazy. Like, no. He's
you're a public figures here. Like, this is not no like neighborly stuff going on. That normally would happen, but I feel like celebrities and public figures doing that, it's just pretty much exploiting and showcasing your feelings, and that's cool. You can show it, but that was a little just off, especially when you was married. It just doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I feel like on our level, if someone were to hit me up from 10 years ago and be that upset, they would have to like go on Facebook Live or Instagram Live and like dog me out to all my social media friends or something like that. But no, I've had people say they miss you and stuff like that, but never to the point where they're like, "Oh, bitch, fuck you."
Oh, we was sleeping in the bed and she made a song off of after we had sex. Like that was definitely to the left, like all the way over.
Yeah.
And that song was actually Happy that he said she made. After they song Happy, I'm like, wow, Irv, this is crazy.
And I loved that song. I'm like, if she made that song, if she made that song after that, then who actually says that though?
That goes to show how powerful of a woman Ashanti is when she's in these men's lives, because a lot of them cannot let her go, and a lot of them come circling back around. Look at Nelly, like when he did that versus thing. He had to get a hug before he walked off the stage. Like, she's just was a good woman to these men.
She's lovable.
So maybe he can't let that go. Maybe he never had that, again after her or something. But that doesn't mean you dog her and whatever. You move on and you get what you can get because that's what you missed out on.
Well, to speak on that though, what you bring up the verses. Now the verses happened, then the interview happened, and then Nelly and Ashanti actually performed last week together.
They did.
That sent him into the nut house. He was like, "What?"
No, you're right, sis. That definitely took him there. Definitely.
Yes, he got flashbacks.
I mean, me personally, if I felt that type of way and I've seen some shit like that, I would probably be in the nut house as well. I'd have probably called Job and be like, what the fuck is going on right now? We've had these levels from the verses with Joe to her dissing Nelly, to me making an ass out of myself, to her performing with Nelly and actually hugging Nelly, and Nelly making a joke about the situation. Like, I know John's phone had to be blown up.
Yeah, like he recently just spoke on that and said he didn't condone any of that he did. And it's like, you don't have to condone it. Like, this man is his individual self, sir.
Yeah, I hate when other people get thrown under the bus or get in trouble for somebody. It's like, I can't control this man.
felt responsible to say something, and I think Ashanti was feeling some type of way that he didn't stand up and say something sooner.
Well, I kind of get her side. I mean, because I actually heard it from Fat Joe.
Right.
Joe put it up and was like, if this is my sister and I'm sitting here, and well, if I'm cool with y'all like that, and a man out here dogging, nah, yo, chill. What the fuck? Leave her alone. You know, this private affairs. We don't bring this up. Like, I feel like if Jay-Z and them did something, I don't think he'd ever bring up, oh yeah, I was sleeping with Rihanna. I don't think he'd ever bring that up. Like, it's still a question mark to this day. That's how it's going to be, a question mark. I'm not going to go on the Pivot or Amsterdam Talk or the Slick Free podcast and say, yeah, I was having sex with Rihanna and blah, blah, blah. And knowing I got beat, I was dating beat the whole time.
No, right, exactly.
We taken to the grave. I'm with B, you with ASAP, and that's the end of the story.
You done moved on,
Right.
so don't even bring up the old stuff. Is
So this was I missed some of all the action. So he was on Ja Rule's podcast or some of his podcasts.
Noriega has a podcast, Drink Champs,
Okay.
and Irv, I got up there,
Okay.
and he straight up was like, "Oh yeah, we just finished having sex, and she made the song happy." Like what?
Yeah.
Why would you say that? That's different. I ain't never heard nothing like that before.
He should have maybe tried to clip that part out. Like
Well,
that.
it is, and I feel like this because as I was thinking about it, I said, there's always ways you can say things. You could have
No,
just
like, what's your point?
yeah, but I'm saying you could have said we was hanging out and then she wouldn't have made happy. Like
Hey,
now, and
happy was never made because of that. Wow.
that goes to show the question mark. Y'all were hanging out. What
Right.
y'all doing? Like,
Exactly.
you get to say I just got out of bed with this young lady and she
Hey,
made happy.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like he did that because he wanted it to be known. He want people to know that he slept with Ashanti. Like he wants to mark his territory.
She might be a real catch in real life, like Ashanti. I've always liked her artistry, but I mean, at the end of the day, we don't really know who she really is, but she must be a good person. I mean, look at what's going on.
It's given
Like not even like recent stuff. We're talking of like a
2002?
whole 2 decades ago right now.
Yeah.
Hold that amount of weight in a man's world. Jesus Christ, girl, what did you do?
But I all think it's stemming from her wanting to redo her album because she got her masters now and she wanted to do her album. Yeah, so she wanted to redo her first album again. So he's not getting paid off that. So I'm guessing he's like, shit, I gotta
He's in his feelings.
There's always some money behind that. Always. So it's giving I made you energy.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense because he's never spoke on Ashanti in this way. So
Exactly.
I was alarmed. I was kind of alarmed.
But back in 2002, we were also 12, so we probably weren't all up in the mix. Like, we probably weren't all up in the mix like that. You know what I mean? So
right.
I didn't know it was that deep.
Well, but y'all were 12. Shit, I was 20.
Oh.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Age is a blessing, sweetheart. Okay.
And you look young, so it's all good.
Yes, I was just at a bar the other day, and I was having a conversation, me and my homeboy, and it was this young lady that was sitting beside us across of us. I'm like, yo, she looked pretty young, and I was like, well, how old do you think she is? And he was like, I give about 30. So I was like, how old are you? She was like, oh, I'm 24. So I was like, okay. I said, let me ask you a few questions. She was like, what you want to ask me? I was like, have you ever seen a pager before? She like, what's that?
What's that?
I took her back through the 90s really quick. It was like, when we hung outside, it wasn't no texting or calling anybody. We had to actually go around the neighborhood, knock on your mama's house door to see if you were in there. If you just left, you had to go to the next person's house.
Mm-hmm.
Gave it the payphone thing, when people would put the numbers in your page, what is it, 43770, flip it over, it says hello.
Yeah, my mom had one.
Girl.
She did. I was going through her stuff and I saw it.
Listen, Rod, we wasn't brought up in the pager life, okay? Or the payphone life.
Maybe the big flip phones, the sidekicks.
The razors.
Yeah, razors. Oh my God.
Nah, I was brought up through the payphone. Where you would call home, collect, and they'd be like, call from Mama, I'm ready to go, and then hang the phone up.
If you use a payphone, yeah. I've used a payphone a couple times.
That's some crazy stuff. Like, I wish.
They done took all them things down. Like, it's crazy.
They did. I think it's like one more payphone left in the world.
Yeah, like, what if I lose my cell phone? You still need a payphone.
No, we don't need payphones.
How am I supposed to find me?
For anybody who had a pager, I used to go down to this spot called Discount City and change the color of my pager every Friday.
Oh, so you was fly with it. Okay.
You had to match your outfits, huh?
That was just the thing to do. That was just the thing, change your pages and shit.
Look at
She sure did put that young thing on him.
She definitely did.
Whippersnapper.
And he never forgot it. Okay.
Yes, car phones was kind of clutch back then. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad had one.
Like a phone that literally corded from your car.
And you take it out the middle.
Yeah, hook it up to the cigarette lighter.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never in my life
need those back. Why didn't take those out?
Listen, and the funny thing was, she told me, and she was like, "Yeah, my brother doesn't have he doesn't have power steering in his car." So I'm sitting like, "Damn, this nigga gotta roll his goddamn windows down." Oh man,
horrible.
The cigarette lighters were cool.
That's hilarious.
Like, for work. Why didn't
upgrade? Listen, Rod, how do you feel about like how much time Brittany Griner has got? Have you thought about that situation? Like, what's up with that?
All right, let me be on both sides of this. That's what I would make with y'all next. Let me with this.
I like the both sides. Okay.
You did what you did, so I think you should serve your punishment. But I don't think 9 years is fucking crazy over a J.
Right. She didn't have a J.
I mean, she had a vape. She had a vape with weed in
it. Yeah.
So, but then it's like my side, like, would we really be making this much beef about her if she wasn't an athlete? Because there's a teacher over in Russia who's
for 14 years.
14 years. Like, so, like, that's why both sides, like, if she wasn't famous, would the hell we really be worried about her or not?
The world would not.
They wouldn't. They'd be like, you went over there, did the crime, you do the time.
But this is where I posted this on my not my Instagram, on my Facebook. This is where I stated, women, you guys stand up for everything women's rights in the world, but you will not go to a WNBA game. Like, why don't y'all support it? So that's where it comes into me. Like,
you know what? I'm gonna say this about what you just said. A lot of women watch sports. I feel like some women enjoy sports wholeheartedly, but a lot of women get into sports for their man. Like, I know some women who wasn't even into sports until they got with the man, and he was sitting down there watching football every Sunday or whatever is going on. Next thing you know, she's the one bringing out the food for the party, things like that. So then she sits down and she's like, well, yeah, let me go ahead and learn these sports that my husband, boyfriend, fiance, whatever is watching, and then they get into whatever their man is doing because it creates bonding time. Like, I don't really feel like a lot of women are into really watching sports, so that's why we're not thinking about
women basketball.
Some women are. No, that's why I said some women, but most women.
And then you also have to live in an area where it's convenient for you to go to a WNBA. And you live in California, Rod? What is?
I'm in Baltimore. I'm in Maryland.
What?
Yes.
Okay, I can hear the accent.
I have the Washington Mystics down the road.
Oh, but see the whole thing. Women basketball games also aren't heavily promoted like male basketball games either.
They're not.
You have to really be a fan.
You have to literally tap into that.
Yeah.
Period.
Because I've watched the women basketball game. I'm like, dang, their crowd is so small. Where are the people on the benches? Like, this is kind of sad.
Yeah.
I want to say I slowed down with watching it because when it first came out in '97, I actually watched the first 5 years straight. I was a huge fan of it. So it was just like, now it's like everything is changed. It's 2022 now, and like you said, okay, they don't promote it, as much as they should. But I also thought about it was like, well, I do go to a lot of other sporting events, as far as like boxing and basketball and football. And one of the biggest things that women will show out for is the NBA All-Star game, because they're trying to
get a man.
They're trying to catch a. So why can't you show out to a WNBA game? Because them women are not heterosexual. I want to make sure you use the correct word. Some of them
because honestly, isn't the gay community smaller than the heterosexual community?
The gay community is huge.
It is huge, but I'm saying, are there more heterosexuals than
Homosexual.
The LGBT community?
Yeah.
And most women, I feel like most women, not speaking for other women, but I feel like most women do want them a man. Like, look at how many women date studs. Like, if you want to really date a girl, then you would date like a femme. I mean, that's still a woman, but so many women date studs, and I feel like they're also bi when they date studs, and then they date men. They're looking for that masculinity. So when they're attracted, like, I don't know how many girls be like, I watch basketball because the men are fine. I just be watching them run up and down the court. Like, they don't even pay attention to the game. They're watching the men. Yeah. And maybe the WNBA doesn't have a huge LGBT crowd or something. Maybe they'll get more attention if they start promoting to...
No, they do, because if my memory recollects really well, Shamika Holslaw went to jail over some pussy because she tried to shoot the girl. I played in the WNBA.
I'm gonna have to look that
up. That's a research moment.
She tried to shoot her girlfriend, played the WNBA with her, and she tried to shoot her.
Wow. See, that's just messy drama. You know what I mean?
I mean, that same type of stuff happens in heterosexual relationships as well, side ships, whatever.
Girls be beating their men be beating their girls. Girls be beating each other, like everybody beating each other.
I mean, it does, but that's just my take on it. Like, you know, like I said, I have nothing. This whole women's movement that's going on is just like, I'm like, everything I see is just, why won't they get behind that? Like,
when we get behind sports?
No, not behind sports, but just behind the WNBA. Just completely, just go to a game or like. Well, it's
all about entertainment a lot of times.
It's about what entertains you.
Yeah, and if it doesn't entertain you, it doesn't entertain you. It doesn't mean that you're like not pro women. It doesn't mean that. That's just one lane. Basketball, women. It's several lanes out here.
And I gave you a few examples as to why women tend to fall onto the men's side of sports as well.
Mm-hmm. I totally get
it. They kind of pull them
and in. Also, a lot of people just don't care anymore. Like, people just don't care. They be like, oh, that's her life. That's her business. You know, like, we're getting to those times. We don't have we're losing that riot mentality. Like, people, until it starts affecting them personally, people really don't care.
They don't. They don't.
Which is true, but the fact is, it's just like, I feel like those other prisoners that you got over there, you should speak on them as well. That's held on them same charges, not just because she can put a basket.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's never going to happen because they're not popular
enough.
It should be,
though. It should be, though.
I mean, they should, but that's how
they're not going to get the media nor the attention or none of that.
It's about who can give us the most views.
And it's Brittany Griner right now. They're using her as a literal
The news is a hustle. Like they push out what they want for their content so they can get the views and the money and the attention they need.
Right. So listen, Rod, I don't mean to change the topic on you, but I'm curious because it's celebrity news. So I want to know how you feel about this Krishan Rock and Blueface situation. Like, how do you what's your thoughts and opinions on that?
I'm glad I actually read this yesterday. I didn't know she was actually from Baltimore.
Oh, yeah, that's your people.
Yes.
I didn't know she was from Baltimore at all, but I was reading and she's a pretty girl. And she
is
running track and doing, you know, all of this. And the funny thing is, me and my homeboy was talking about this last night before we went to the Jamaican food spot yesterday.
The two. He said the two, girl. Girl.
That's the easiest way to get put off the show, talking about twos and dudes.
It's cute.
Listen,
it's not a problem. It's all good.
Rod, I got family in Baltimore, so it cracks me up. Like, my cousins be like, oh, we're going to you. I'd be like, that's not how you say it, but okay.
But we went to a Jamaican restaurant last night, and I was like, yo, how come every time there's a black person with from a feel-good story and they make it, they always got to say this person was homeless? I'm like, I need to see receipts. Like, how were you homeless? Like, because I was telling them, I was like, yo,
her life wasn't really given homeless.
yeah, so that was that. But I was like, and I brought up Tyler Perry. I was like, his parents was actually doing well. You left New
Mhm.
Orleans to go to Atlanta, and you just happened to become homeless that way. I'm like, show me a person that was homeless, not just because you left and didn't have
Mhm.
nowhere to fucking live. But back to her though, I didn't know she was from here, and I'm watching her track videos and all this stuff, and she's running and
Mhm.
playing football. Then they get to like the shit she started doing, and then I said, she's fucking crazy. So I just was like, hold on, like she got the band name net face tatted right here, his name all over her body. I'm like, the fuck is going
Nuts.
on? Like, is this what we come to now just to get clout? Like
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's come
Right.
to.
crazy. And then somebody said on Twitter, like they finally be. I thought they were boyfriend and girlfriend the whole time. They only been together for like a week, and all this
Yeah.
shit happened.
Yeah, for the
So
past 2 years, they just been, smash buddies or something.
Yeah, because she went on his little reality show that he had that wasn't really on a TV network. It was just on whatever network, like internet or something like that. But at the end of the day, like I feel like Krishan definitely like watered herself way down just to get in the industry lifestyle. I do.
Hmm.
I feel like she
She
was
dumbs
going
herself
places.
down.
I do. I feel like on her background and seeing things prior, I feel like she was a good girl going places, but she just obviously has another whole side of her.
Yeah, and that's the side that she chose. She
Right.
chose. She feels like she can. She's following the algorithm. If you ask me, she's watching.
oh shit, they froze. What did I freeze? Oh, we go to technical difficulties. Whenever there's a storm on the East Coast, this is what happens. I don't know where they went at, but yeah, they froze. So, do y'all have any questions about celebrity news and things that you want the Slick Reads podcast to answer? Why they hear about celebrity news? This is things that we're trying to do new on Amsterdam Talk, keeping up with current events, celebrity news as well. So I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if any of y'all know these people, Krishan and Blueface. They back. There they go. There you go.
Yeah, but I feel like she's just trying to follow the formula to make a lot of money and be seen real quick.
Right.
That's
Right.
what it's giving. But I feel like she's also dick dumb right now. Like
Mm-hmm.
everyone has been dumb for someone toxic in their life.
Absolutely.
It's kind of sad though, the extremes that they're going to. But that's her dumb moment. Hopefully she won't do it again when she's
Well,
done with this man.
also I have to realize too, that I'm 40 and I'm not 22, 23.
Maybe
So
in their generation, you know
This
what I mean?
generation is different.
They're on a whole different level.
It's even different from us. We just turned 30.
Mhm.
So I already feel like I'm so much more mature than these younger girls. I'm like, dang, we not that far apart, but I just feel on a whole different page than them. I do.
Everything's moving faster and faster with each generation,
well,
and everything's getting more toxic.
well, and that's what I was going to say. Toxic has become the norm now. Everybody wants you to be toxic.
Right.
If you're sane or non-toxic, you're fucking crazy. Like they like think something's wrong with you. But
They
also,
do.
That's
also,
ridiculous.
even though you guys said you're what 31, 32, so that makes you 8 years younger than me. Coming up, social media was not at its height like it is now.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
For those who are watching, remember for those who are watching, when we were in college, you had to have a college email to actually get a Facebook page before they opened it up.
Mm.
Oh
Right.
damn!
You know, my first social media was Black Planet, or MySpace, one of them two, Black Planet and
Oh,
MySpace.
I had Black Planet. Oh Lord, Jesus! I had Black Planet, but I was too young for it. But I was still up there.
Mhm. I thought that was like a dating website now.
It is a no.
No,
It was like
it's
some
just like black people meet like
Black
that.
Planet. I like created a profile. Like my brother's girlfriend at the time, she was on Black Planet, and she was like, "Yeah, you can make a profile. You can have pictures and music." And I was like, "I want to make one," but I was too young for that shit. But it wasn't no dating stuff, and they had chats and stuff up there. But I still was with it though. Like
I never heard of Black Planet.
But that's
That's
how it was. It was Black Planet, then it went MySpace, then it went
Yeah,
Facebook,
MySpace.
and it became after Facebook, the world just exploded, and it's like now you have everything now. and some people, even like, and I had a conversation with my homeboy probably about this about 3 years ago, and he was like, "Yo, people back in 2002, 2003 thought you were fucking crazy if you met somebody on the internet and went to go see them and hung out with them. They thought you were fucking crazy. Now today, that is the norm. You have Facebook dating, you have shit, any fucking thing you got on Instagram.
Tinder, Tinder really set that off.
Yes. So you have what? POF. See,
I remember AOL. That was my thing.
AOL. I was sneaking on the AOL on Rachel.
I used to be like
sneaking.
At AOL, when the dish used to come to your house, they used to mail you the dish. And if you were on the internet, you upstairs, get off the goddamn internet, I need to use the phone.
TikTok dating.
Yeah, see? Thank you, Ava.
People dating with TikTok.
That's just too much, man. That's too much going on.
What?
I thought shit got crazy when I was seeing people talking about niggas was hooking up and dating on LinkedIn. I'm like, this is for jobs. What the hell are y'all doing?
I heard about that one time. I was so confused.
See,
people take their pictures real seriously.
Seriously, like
no, world star.
You can video date on work.
It's getting crazy.
Back to the point I was making, is saying like in 2002, if you went and met somebody off the internet, people thought you were fucking crazy. They didn't think
they were.
It's so normal now, yeah.
But you can get killed. You can do all types of things.
You have Facebook travel groups where people just meet up and just go places with each other. Don't know you from nothing. Your parents told you, don't talk to strangers. You want to end that talking to strangers. Don't get in strangers' cars. You're calling Uber and Lyft. Like the world is totally different now. All the shit the principles I was raised with is thrown out the window now.
Yeah, people are just more careless. They don't care. They take mad risk with their life now. It's just
the way that they're setting things up for you to just be mindless. Mm-hmm. That's the overall American way. They want you to be.
And it is
dumb.
Because it used to didn't be like that. Like this is definitely a changing world. Like
it is.
Like you said, with the Ubers and Lyfts. Like what? That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole person you don't even know. You're just getting in the back of their car.
Just imagine what's going to be happening like 20 more years from now.
I don't even want to know. Honestly, I just I don't even know. I just feel like I'm gonna be old school at this point because.
But that's the thing right there, because each generation, how you were raised by your parents, you have to undo what was done to you to keep safe now. Because today you don't let your kids catch public transportation to go to school. Their parents drive them to school. Back in our day, get your ass out on that bus and go to school. It's like crazy. It's crazy now. Like kids don't even, school is closed for fucking dust in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
They closed Baltimore City public schools last year because it was fucking raining. It's raining, so you're not going to school?
Because of the rain. Yeah, that's crazy.
Man, they're taking it as a luxury at this point.
And they're taking
that's the adults calling out.
Yeah, like at this point, like I'm not closing school because of rain. Y'all can't teach because of rain? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
I don't know. It's a different land.
It's just different. It's just different now. I've even heard of kids catching Ubers. Now they got kids catching Ubers, and now they got kids sitting at home letting the DoorDash man bring them food while their parents are at work. Like, you're inviting predators. But it's just like, that's just how it is. I mean, people really don't think no more. And it's starting with our generation and a little bit above in your generation as well. Like, a lot of parents have become really lax. Like, a lot of people are out here acting on their children's level and having their children doing grown things with them. Like, cuss on this TikTok real quick. Oh, you can cuss for TikTok. You can do this and that. Like, the lines are being blurred. That's why these children are growing up so
Because parents have become lax because they're looking for easy money routes through their children,
using their children, basically,
and not even allowing them to be children, just letting them just straight up just come across the adult board. Like, that's not appropriate, period.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because the fact is, grandma now is 33 years old.
Yeah.
Like, grandma is there's no the real grandma is no longer alive anymore. It's grandma.
And the grandma had to pick the streets.
They don't want a grandma, period.
Mm-hmm.
There is no dropping your kids off to grandma.
Yeah, they said we got things to do.
Yeah, it's like, there's no more grandma's young. Grandma want to hang out. So it's basically what you got in this era. You got kids raising kids.
Mm-hmm.
And growing up together instead of being mom and dad, or mom and dad, or being dad and mom. It's more like, yo, you my brother, you my sister. Because damn, I'm grown now, but I can do it now. But I'd be damned if I was 13, 14, I called my dad bro. What the fuck? What are you talking to?
No lie.
What? That's their favorite thing. No Roblox money. No what is it? Fortnite money. You're automatically broke to them. Like, boy, child. I could just be trying to save my coins for something else, or trying to teach you how to earn something. They think something is supposed to be automatically given to them nowadays.
Right. So look, right, I did want to speak on another one more topic. So, this whole surgery lifestyle that's going on with celebrities and regular people, BBLs, whatever you want to call it. Like, how do you truly feel about that? Because, it went from being just a celebrities to now this is normal girl, next door neighbor girls getting BBLs, and now lives are changing. They're acting different. Nothing is natural anymore, but they feel like they're just 10 out of 10 now instantly. Like, what do you think about that situation? Because I'm kind of like stuck on it. I don't know how to feel about it sometimes.
Well, I'm definitely going to send you the link because I've actually got a show on that to do.
Oh, yeah.
So I have a young lady who received the BBL. She lives in California, and she has a whole following, through Instagram. And her name's Callie Ross on Instagram, and she's going to come on and tell us about the do's and don'ts of BBLs. But then I had the Dirty Girls podcast on a couple months ago, and correct me if I'm right, Ava, because I know you watching. What they call them, the Dubai girls? What the hell did she call them? The doo-doo girls or some shit? I can't remember. But anyway, basically she was saying that they go to like Dubai with these men, and they get these cheap ass surgeries, and then shit don't work. Because actually I was watching Facebook yesterday, and I watched a woman titty explode from surgery. Like the left titty just exploded on her. Well, deflated, I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Me personally, being that I know people with BBLs and I see them, it's just like it's your choice. It's not my thing. Natural, but because I look at some people, they get them, and they don't keep it up. They don't keep it up. They go back to doing what they were normally doing. So there we go, Dubai girls. You got to keep it up. But me per se, if you want to, change yourself and lose weight, I prefer you go do it naturally in the gym. Do it naturally, change your eating habits up. But to each his own.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, I look at it as like, how are you going to look? Well, everybody who's getting these BBLs and getting cut on, they all got this, like, you go in there and I think it's like 3 bodies. I want this one or that one. Everybody looks the same. I'm starting to see that.
That's the point. It's like a cookie cutter design.
Yes.
And everybody instantly feels like they're above you. And that's the part about it that I don't rock with. But, like, I agree. Like, if you want to get your body done, that's your body. Like, do what you want for yourself. But don't, demeanor, look down on other people. Like, don't do that. Just be your real self. Like, body is body, but still be you. That's all.
And some women think that they're going to get a BBL and magically have a husband. Like, it doesn't work like that. I've seen so many of those cases failed cases, flop, end up single. Like, men like what they like. A lot of women are laying down on this table, lying to themselves, telling them that they're doing it because I want this and I want that. I don't like this, I don't like that. Well, why don't you like this? Why don't you like that? Because you're worried about other people's opinions. You've been listening to what other people have to say. You've been looking at that person. You've been looking at this person. Like, that's not healthy. That's my opinion on that. Like,
I just wanted to know a man's perspective because.
No, but that's what you see when you turn. I don't watch none of these shows, but that's what you see when you turn on these Love and Hip Hop and Life of
It is.
Basketball Wives, and I don't watch none of that. I'll tell you how last time I watched a reality show was Damn Flavor of Love. That was the last one I watched. But yeah.
And even their faces all start morphing to look the same. Their faces, the lip fillers, the cheek fillers.
They do. And to speak on what the Black Marvel just said, like, I didn't even know that Kanye's mother was trying to get a BBL or trying to get like a surgery like that.
They tried to
thought it was a medical thing that she was trying to get.
No, they tried to put that doctor in jail over that. She went through that surgery and she died. Yeah.
She died off of that. But you know, my thing is this: when you get it, if I was a doctor and I'm doing it for you, I need to tell you, look, if I'm going to do this BBL, give you this Brazilian butt lift, I need you to get the matching thighs with it. Like, matching thighs. Like, that's just
or just do a surgery. Yeah, how can you get the matching thighs if you don't already have it?
Well, you got to figure it out.
It's going to always look botched.
Period.
Like, you can see right here on my neck, just like when you put on makeup and you stop right here, the foundation need to come all the way down. I don't want to see you dark skin up here and then it's like you get you light up here and get super dark down here.
I do see that a lot. That's why I don't even really take the time to wear makeup because that's a lot of stuff going on.
You know what? That might be why Kanye is sick.
Yeah, he's sad.
He feels like he did that to her.
He paid for that. Definitely did.
You are right. Medical tourism. Yeah, but you got to go to the right people. You can't go to Julio's Chop Shop in the basement of fucking Brazil to get one. You know, I want to
exactly.
I want to see research done in 50 years to see what people look like. But I'm not going to speak on it because because
that's all
now on the internet, stay out of women's business, and I stay the fuck out of women's business. So
okay, well, let's talk about men who are getting these fake 6-pack abs and these fake muscle biceps. That shit looks crazy. You seen that man that had the fake silicone implants in his arms and his thighs, and the fake abs?
No, I only seen 3 celebrities with this, and that's LL Cool J, Funk Flex, and Drake with the fake abs.
Drake,
I've seen them 3, but
it's a rumor Moneybagg Yo did it, but he staying on top of his by going to the gym afterwards.
I know people have gone to Mexico.
I know people have gone to Mexico.
I'm not cutting my stomach off for no food. I'll just go to. You want a 6-pack that bad? Planet Fitness is only $10 a month. Go there and work it out. Change your diet, man. You're not cutting.
I was wondering how you're forming that stuff up in there. Like, what is that that's making the 6-pack?
I don't know. It's giving weird. I don't even know.
It's just giving Build-A-Bear. Like everybody's out here just tear parts out, putting different parts in, moving things around.
They are so look, right, like, could you see yourself dating a woman, being with a woman, marrying a woman, dating, whatever you want to call it, a woman that has got a BBL, work done, lip fillers, nose job, whatever you want to call it? Do you feel like you want to settle down with a woman like that? Because that's what the battle is.
No. And this is a personal standpoint myself. This is a personal standpoint myself. I fight back and forth with myself once a week about LASIK surgery every week. And I always say, damn, maybe I should get it. But then I think about it like, nah, God tended me not to see. He made me get these glasses. So it's like, I know I can fix it. I know for $3,500 I can fix it. But I'm like, well, I don't want to fix it. You know, I mean, if I want to fix it, I especially like, you know, weight loss or something like that, I'll just start cooking, get myself right. Fillers, and I'm glad you speak of fillers because I just watched somebody undo the Kardashian family with all they fillers, and I'm like, the hell?
They did.
Look at Kylie. She's cute and all, but she's looking like pretty kind of old right now from all the fillers that she put in her face. Like it's crazy. And they don't realize once you fill things up too many times, it starts to sag, and you have to keep putting the fillers back in your face to hold it up.
Yep, like Carly Red from the Love and Hip Hop franchise. She's looking like a total different face. Then you had Tommy come in and say how she wanted to dissolve her lip fillers because she wants to be natural all of a sudden. I don't even know where that came from.
And I don't understand why certain people who already had nice lips are getting fillers.
It's the industry of what they promote within women in the industry. That's what sells.
Just a bunch of shit.
Those fillers can't erase genetics. Absolutely not.
Oh. And I think we went through this with the great late Michael Jackson. He didn't like his nose because it reminded him of his dad.
He was falling apart at the end.
You can't erase things like that, you know. It's
right.
It's like, no, I mean, I can't speak on it because I've never. If I could do anything, and this is the only thing I would do, if I could do it, and it's out, but I'm like, I'm not putting no damn screws in my shit. Let's make myself tall. That's it. I'm not gonna break my legs and put no damn metal rods in it because, like, I'm the second tallest. I got 2 brothers and 1 sister, and I'm the second tallest. And I'm 5'9". My baby brother, he just went upstairs. He's 6'1", so it's like 6'1", 5'9", 5'7", 5'6". It's like,
okay, at least you rocking, you know. I thought you was gonna say 5'4" or something.
I don't know. No, 5'4" shot. Then if I was 5'4", I'd have got the surgery by now.
You gotta wear that. You gotta wear it with pride, man. I've seen some short men, some tall, nice looking women. Like, it's all
you
good.
have to wear it with pride because the fact is, like, I've met Floyd Mayweather, small ass dude.
Yeah, he looks small.
He's about 5'5", like, you know. And my stepdad.
Ooh, and I wouldn't have gave him that.
He was giving 5'3", 5'4".
And my stepdad was telling me he met Kevin Hart, and he's like, Kevin Hart's like 5'4". But I'm like, the thing is this: these guys are 5'4", 5'5", but they fall under different category because they're sitting on millions. And that's the first thing I've argued with people all the time is basically
that's not true though. Like, I grew up with a homegirl. Not to cut you off, but I gotta tell you that's not true. Well, maybe because he was a hardworking man, I don't know. But I had a homegirl whose stepdad was way shorter than her mom, way shorter, and they made it work for years. It was a cute relationship too. Like, it was nice, and they made it work. Just because you're short, don't mean you're gonna have a small package either. You know, that's just the height, you know, that you came with. People got to stop judging short people.
But that's the thing. I'm gonna throw this back on y'all because the fact is, for some reason, all women want 6 foot or taller. Like,
for some reason, we're tall. For some reason, all the small men want to ride these rides, these tall roller coasters. Like, it's crazy. Short girls be wanting tall men to make them feel small and whatever, and a lot of short guys really shoot their shot at tall women. There's always somebody short trying to talk to somebody.
Yeah, but truthfully, we don't even want a little man.
Truthfully, but would I accept that? Would I give someone if they, you know? I potentially could.
I don't see it.
Should I?
but that's the thing, though. It's just like women throw height at men, and men throw weight right back. Like, what's your height? What's your weight? What's your height? What's your weight? Like,
it's a constant
battle. This is a constant battle of physicality because the fact is you have to be physically attracted to a person to actually want to get to know a person. But that's what you throw back. You I'm 5'9". Oh, well, how much you weigh? Like, this shit is crazy. That's what they throw back. It's back and forth. So,
I mean, we all could be healthier and slimmer, and so, you know, and especially in our communities, we could definitely work on that. But some people are just shorter. I mean, it is what it is. You got to accept your fate
and be top tier in any category that you are.
Rock that shit, regardless of how. Be that man. That's why there's some short. You don't have to have status. That's why there's some short men out here who pull tall baddies, all types of people all the time, because they walk around with big dick energy.
That's why there's some short men out here who pull call baddies, all types of people all the time.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm saying, but the thing is, to me, is like, I think not Jay-Z, Beyonce just said it in a new album. It is not, something about it's not your face. It must be your money because it ain't your face or some shit like that.
I heard that lyric and I'm like confused because I thought I ain't gonna speak. I ain't gonna go on like that. Like I don't even.
She probably tired of that man cheating on her.
I like Beyonce, but she's not. I don't know.
Oh no, I don't really care. I haven't been in Beyonce. Like I haven't listened to any of her new music in a while. Like
since like 2010 or
since like We've Been All Night Love, like or Hold Up, you don't love me like I love you.
Irreplaceable type shit. Like
I would say Hold Up and her song with Jay-Z is like one of the last few songs that I've really listened to hers. Her music has went into a different way that I don't even really pay attention. But for her to say that, she could be probably trying to tell that man like I could be with somebody that looks better.
But as I always say, you ain't never met an ugly millionaire. You ain't never met an ugly millionaire.
Woo. Woo. That's a lie. If I were to be a woman of status and have my own bread, I would not be worried about no ugly millionaire.
You ain't never met an ugly millionaire. You know what? A lot of millionaires are ugly, but people don't look at them as ugly because they have money and they're trying to use them. That's all.
And eventually I'll learn to love you.
Money.
I mean, men do it too. Look at Mary J. Blige. Look at Wendy Williams.
Well, Kendu is the spokesperson for the city boys. He's the spokesman for the city boys.
No, Mary J. Blige's husband too. He got her paying alimony and child support.
Right.
Ain't that Kendu? Whatever the hell his name is. Ain't that his name?
No, Ken is Wendy Williams. He got a little bit, but Mary J. Blige's husband really ran off with the money.
I mean, but the difference is, I mean, it's the city boys' turn. Women been doing this for years. Having these babies, getting divorces.
But so have men. So have men.
It's our turn to shine. City boys up 100.
I'm weak. But men have been doing this for a long time. It's just been low key. So I feel like sometimes y'all can do it a little better. There's some men out there that be like, oh, let me come into your house. I'm going to help you pay the bills. I'm going to do this and that. Next thing you know, he's sitting on the couch playing video games.
But look what Young Miami is doing with Diddy. I feel like City Girls is up. Young Miami is holding the mascot right now.
$1 a day.
She got Diddy doing what? She had Diddy doing Usher features, podcasts, everything. Talking about
her podcast don't get no less than 1 million views. Like that's crazy. Diddy really put her on.
Listen, I've been done with Sean, Puff Daddy, Diddy, Brother Love.
Why are you done with him? Why are you done with him?
First and foremost, I was done with you when you took your son's girlfriend, Lori Harvey. I was done. Like
that was weird. He is weird. But see, we're not talking about him. We're talking about what Carisha is getting out of him.
Oh, that's just. I mean, according to Fifth, he's gay anyway, so it doesn't matter to me.
Potentially. Something may be off of him because I don't understand how he's had so many beautiful women and can't choose one.
Well, rest Kim's soul. What was the other girl? Cassie. She just got married, I believe. She had a baby. Got married.
And he had the nerve to be mad about that.
Now you got young Miami. You got her now, and then you got the side chick stalker that she was beefing with. The one you threw the phone.
Why she gotta be a stalker?
I don't know. He was with her and he threw the phone or some shit. I was seeing something on Instagram. And he threw the phone. I'm like, this shit is crazy.
She do seem a little off, but he probably made her that way. I heard she was a long-term side chick from like Cassie days.
But this is my thing though. When I look at that celebrities, I look at it just like regular people because it's like kind of how we live. You dated this person, 6 degrees of separation. You date this person, now you know this person that date this person, you date this person. Like for me, the role model, if there was a model in celebrity land or athlete land, celebrity status to how to date, it would be Drake. Because Drake lets you know we're gonna be together 3, 4 months, we're gonna have fun, and then I'm gonna go and do the next thing. And
Yeah,
this
I
is that.
respect Drake's hustle.
He just got caught up with the porn star. That was it. That was he just got caught up
Where
with.
his
But
big
from
mama, you mean?
he just got caught up with that. But being
I
from
went, I went and I looked at her porn to see what type of porn star she really is, and it was very basic. Can't even say that girl was really a porn star unless he got the real nasty stuff taken down before people could go look her up.
I mean, he's the GOAT. I mean, he was dating Serena. Stopped dating her. She's married to that.
Tyra Banks.
Huh?
I feel like he had a little thing with Tyra Banks for a minute.
Yeah, Tyra. He was fighting with Meek over Nicki.
But they will never say they smash each other though.
No, they're not gonna bring it.
I feel like he was fighting with Meek over that though.
He had that. He had Riri for a second.
He did have Riri for a quick second. She left him.
Yeah. He even went to LeBron's son's school and got that boy mother. It's like
What?
LeBron James' son. This was last year. He was with LeBron James and he booked the boy Amari Bailey's mother. And that was when he was in the Dodger Stadium, and the helicopter saw him in the stadium having dinner.
Yeah, because everybody was like, "Who's this girl?" And we were like, "Some random." Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, our son is the best.
Too much.
I mean,
I know those girls probably heartbroken.
I mean, Prissy does what he does. I mean, you gotta respect it. It's like 3 to 4 months we're gonna hang out. I'm gonna take care of you, and that's that. And now you reach this circle because if it serves me correct, he the one that bought out Bernie's what's the name? Bernie's Burgos. What's the name?
Bernie's Burgos. I thought T.I. made Bernie's Burgos.
He had a first, then Tip got into it with this. That's Tip's another person because he's sex trafficking. He's another person. But that's his business.
I don't like him either. Like something about him, his aura has went downhill. And if you think about how he was when he first came out, he's always admitted that he was on some real trap things and things like that. So I wouldn't put that sex trafficking type stuff behind the. I wouldn't. He probably would do some stuff like that. His vibe gives off that very much.
Got you. But just the part of the show, because I see it just hit 9 o'clock. This is the part of the show where we call this I Be Damned, where we retell dating stories, horror dating stories. I reach out during the week and someone will tell me a story. But this week is no video shot. I'm actually going to come from my phone because I did this earlier. And it's some situations that happened. Don't tell me I deleted them. There's some situations that happened, and I want you to tell me how would you to handle the situation. So first, this will happen. Husband and I work opposite shifts. I come home to an empty house and went to bed alone. I woke up with a used condom stuck in my wig. We don't use condoms. First he said it wasn't used, then he said he used it alone, but it smelled like fish. I need advice.
Oh, Jesus.
First of all, I don't even know why you're seeking advice. If you know that you and your husband, or you and your man don't use condoms, and you're waking up with a used condom stuck in your wig, that's all that there needs to be. And it smells like fish. So you fucking with some trifling bitches. Like there's nothing else. You should have beat his ass through that condom. I would have woke him up with that condom stuck in his mouth. Like,
girl,
I would have shoved that shit in his mouth.
Like, bitch, choke on what the fuck you out here doing.
Exactly. Because what are you talking about? Oh no, honey. This is where you stand up and you let that situation go.
That's when you realize that nigga just ain't your nigga.
You must have don't be the one with the biggest bag. Whose house is it? Whose car is it? Leave that man alone.
We got two more. I'm having an affair. I'm having an affair with my boss. and now he expects me to work overtime on the weekends, etc., without paying me for my hours worked. When I asked about my extra pay, he rubs his dick and says, "You're getting the best pay." I love him, but I'm broke. And his wife works for HR. Should I report him?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
I don't even know what to even, because you really.
He's literally pimping you out the pussy at this point.
First of all, the pussy is supposed to pimp the dick.
Right.
Number one. You supposed to be overpaying me on the job because of this.
Exactly.
Like, are you serious?
You supposed to be throwing me like overtime and a half on this bitch. What you mean you want me to come in and work for free on the weekends? What type of job is this?
Seriously.
Aren't you on the clock?
I wish. Oh my God.
You better go down to HR.
I can't even imagine that. Like,
I'm
sorry for whoever that's going through that.
No, honey.
Going through. Okay, another one, and I got one more after this. I have 4. I'm sorry. So, his evil mom had the audacity to pass 2 days before our wedding. The woman died 2 days before the wedding. He wanted to cancel the wedding, but I already paid for everything, and she's not going anywhere. So I had my wedding. He didn't show. Why didn't he want to humiliate me like this? He won't return my calls.
Wow, that's different.
That's kind of a 50-50 situation here because you're going to be an asshole. And then at the same time, you did kind of have a wedding plan. So you just
ghost somebody that you're about to marry? Because I understand a mother dying is definitely heavy.
But it's giving, that's your husband's mom, though. It's giving that she always hated his mom, probably couldn't wait for her to die, and she let that be shown when she finally passed. Like, no, bitch, you're supposed to play that off.
Right.
That's why his ass ain't show up. You hurt his feelings. So that's a 50-50 situation. Like,
but why should they not get still? Were they already in the motions of getting married before that happened, or did that?
Yeah, she said her wedding was 2 days in,
and it happened within 2 days of the marriage.
Yeah.
Okay, so why should the marriage not go on though?
I mean, honestly, you get married before you even walk down the aisle and say your vows.
Absolutely.
So just imagine if our mothers pass.
I get it.
I'm not getting up out my bed. I'm gonna be rolling around on the ground like I'm gonna be having a fit. I mean, maybe he loved his mother that much. I don't know, like
possibly.
Maybe, but I also understand her having all her money, and that's not her mom, and she was evil to her, whatever her opinions was. But you can't be mad at how someone chooses to treat you when you kind of abandon them during their darkest moment.
But that's also their. Oh, she abandoned him? See, now.
Well, he didn't say she abandoned him, but that's probably how he's thinking, like, you're not there for me during my darkest time. My mother died, and all you care about is this wedding ceremony. That's probably how he's feeling.
I can imagine that, but I feel as if, why should she be slighted?
See what I'm saying? Like, that mama, when your mother dies, like, your heart cracks. Like, it
does. I can guarantee that for a fact. But I just feel like a partnership, a marriage. Like,
so you just want him to walk down the aisle crying so we can get this over with so our money's not wasted. Go ahead and cry down the aisle.
Not even so the money's not wasted, but almost because we arranged this. We wanted to be married. So you low-key kind of
agree with her being like, all right, your mother's dead. She can sit in the freezer until everything is over.
No, I don't.
That's how the
harshness about it for me.
Exactly. No. That's how she probably came off harsh. We don't know. We weren't.
She probably did come off harsh,
But
I'm just saying, I don't think that she was wrong for still wanting to continue to marry her husband.
Yeah, that's why I said 50-50. I understand how she feels. She doesn't want to waste her money. They've been planning for a long time.
I don't even think for me, it wouldn't be about the money. This is the person you see a life with right now.
What set the tone for me was his evil mother had the nerve to pass before, 2 days before.
Oh, she wrote it in that way.
Yes. Did she not say that at the beginning?
She said, this is the first line says. The first line says, his evil mother had the audacity to pass 2 days before.
Audacity. She a smart ass.
I would like
straight
to retract
asshole.
a couple of my statements.
Exactly. She wanted to show out. She wanted to show out.
That's not even funny. Like, what? Is this real?
Yes. She had the audacity
what? Okay, I'm done.
How dare she ruin her moment?
Yeah, fuck the wedding at this point.
But shit like this happens because when James Brown died, he sat on his living room table for 2 weeks until they could figure out this shit with the money. Like he just laid on the table for 2 weeks. Like
so sad.
People are greedy. Like that's sick.
Sad.
They didn't even bury James. James Brown was on his living room table for 2 weeks till they figured out what the fucking money was going on. Like, you don't bury this damn man. I know that.
Seriously.
I'm like, I know that house stink. Hold on, I think I got one more.
Yeah, like y'all was that money hungry that y'all really did this over this dead man's body.
Right.
Yeah,
Lord
so
have mercy.
we got this brother right here. He said, I was with her for 3 years. I begged her to abort, but she didn't, so I left. She's with my uncle now. At our family reunion, they were dressed alike with my son. My son didn't know me, so I fought my uncle for stealing my legacy. He knocked me out in front of my son. How do I fix this?
Yo, that's crazy.
At this point, you should disappear and go to Europe. Because
yeah, what?
Like
your baby mama, what did you do for her to want to do all that?
Yeah, that's an extreme. I'll be damned.
Dang,
what the hell?
She's fucked up.
I'll be really damned.
Not they came dressed as a matching trio.
You should have knocked his ass out. How you didn't knock his ass out?
And then your uncle sunned you in front of your son? Like, dang, that really sucks.
Like, wow.
Nah, nigga, you be damned. That's kind of sucks.
Seriously.
Go take some boxing lessons and square back up with them.
Right.
Yeah, I got one more before we get out of here, and this shit blew my mind. I was sitting here like, what the fuck? How the fuck? I'm gonna drink some water before this one. So she says, my man wanted to role play in the alley behind our house. My role was the sexy stranger, and we had a one night stand in the car. While playing a real sex worker, while role playing, a real sex worker confronted my man about money he owes her. She knew his name. He says it was part of the game.
Is he crazy?
I'm done.
You took your girl to the same alley that you get sex worker pussy from? For a sex worker to walk up on y'all and do that? Why would you do that?
He set his own self up first.
Right.
Like, he walked himself into it.
And honey, he knew who she was. Honey said, Jason, you owe me $40.
Seriously?
You thought.
Wow.
And he had the nerve to pull back up on the block where he owed a hoe some money.
But why would he take the girl there? That was the dumbest thing. It was almost like it was,
because that sex worker don't owe you nothing. That girl was telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
She rolled up on him. I'm trying to see if I got one more before we go because I got.
And then it low key matches the fantasy. Like he wanted you to pretend to be a sex worker, take you to an alley, and then a sex worker rolls up to your car.
Girl, there's just no way. Like, wow. Jesus, it'd be some stuff going
that's
on.
A crazy ass story. Like what? That's crazy as fuck. The uncle one and this one, them last two stories is crazy.
Yes.
All right, this is the last one. I got one more, brother Phil. This is the last one. So my wife's sexual fantasies are escalating. First, she wanted me to choke her. Okay, cool. Then she wanted me to catch her in bed with a stranger and do it in front of the guy. So we did it. Now she wants her ex to catch us in bed and then he butt rapes me in front of her. Please help.
Okay, this reminds me.
Yeah, they on some serious movie type of shit.
Yeah, that reminds me of the TV show that I just saw with Eve in it. She has men who are basically sex workers. She's a pimp to these men who are sex workers, and this man met a girl from a lady from a bar. She took him home. and then started fucking her in the bed while her husband was there. And the husband got up behind him and tried to stick his dick in the man's ass while he wasn't looking.
Was this on Tubi?
It's that show with Eve.
Giving Tubi.
It's a Eve. I think it's on Amazon Prime.
I saw some of the worst shit on Tubi. Niggas was dry humping on Tubi with clothes on. I'm
Oh
like, nah.
God, get him out of here right now.
All
That's
I would say
crazy,
is,
though.
honey, your girlfriend is trying to turn you out. Like, you want some dick up the ass, or you want to go find a woman that doesn't have all these complications along with your sex life. You got to pick and choose. How bad do you want her?
Yeah, that's something else.
You want to get cut, or you want to be a man? Go find you somebody else.
But, thank y'all for coming through. Where can they see y'all at all if they want to join the IG or want to listen to your show? Where can they?
Absolutely, it's nothing. Just DM us, contact us about any kind of features, joining in. We can create, either or. It's all about communication. Let us know.
Mm-hmm. We are open to.
We enjoyed this with you, Rod. You're pretty lit.
Yeah, good. I like that Ivy Dam segment.
Yeah, the Ivy Dam. You legendary for that Ivy Dam right there. I like that. Keep that.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's at the end of every show. Shit gets weird. Last week, a man. I mean, quick story. I know I ran over time, but quick story. Sum it up. Last week, brother brought the woman home. She walked in his house. The sheets were bloody. He had like razors and shit all in the bathroom and crazy shit. Like, I'm like, bro, why you got blood on your sheets? Like on the pillowcases. Like, these are wild stories we hear all the time. You know what I'm saying? So this shit, like, when I read these shits, I'm like, yo, I gotta get an asthma pump because I've been hit down laughing before I get into it.
Yeah, that's crazy. But honestly, people really be out here doing some things you would never think.
Crazy shit.
Yeah. But
yes, thank you for letting us come on, Rod. We appreciate it on Amsterdam Talk.
Yes.
Thank you. And hopefully I can come on the Slick Breeze podcast one day.
Oh yes, we already was thinking. We got it coming in the work.
Yes, let us know when you do that BBL topic.
Yeah, I gotta set a date for it because I'm sitting there thinking what I got next week. I think I got a show next week. I believe it's dedicated to all spoken word. So I ain't really doing no talking next week.
There you go, all the Queen's men. Thank you.
Oh, that was the call? Oh shit.
Yeah, this is a show.
BT Plus, yeah.
Yeah, so I think next week is all spoken word. I believe. Or is it Ava? Because I know you're listening. Is it spoken word next week, or is it the love crazy with the married couple? The love to be crazy or crazy to love or some shit. I can't remember the name of it. She'll tell me. Oh yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, next week is the spoken word people. So I'll see y'all next week, same time, 8:00 next week with spoken word from around the world with another.
Okay. Yes, I look forward to it.
All right, thank you.